the Eagles here. And Dami's first pitch to Reed will be fouled back to the screen. So Tyler Chapman's day is ended on the pitching mound. He rendered 5 runs. Here's Adame's pitch to Reed, and that breaking ball is going to miss outside. So the count will go even at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Chip Chambers came in to record the out of Barajas. So he got Barajas to hit a slow chopper to the third baseman, Tyler Chapman. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's going to miss low for ball number 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike here. A cloudy, breezy afternoon in San Angelo, Texas. For May weather, this is about as good as it gets, 79 degrees. Here's the pitch, and Reed will swing through a slow breaking ball. Adame had Reed fooled, and count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Adame working off that first base side of the pitching rubber. He's out of the windup here. Now Reed will call timeout. So Cole Reed back to the back of the batter's box here. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and that's going to miss low and outside as Reed lays off a really good curveball. The count will go full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Reed, trying to get a base runner on base here. He'll hit this one towards the shortstop. It'll go off his glove, and Reed will reach base safely. So a ball that was hit sharply right at the shortstop. He tried to backhand it, and how they're going to officially score that, a base hit or not. I'm going to give Cole Reed a base hit on that. That ball was hammered right at the shortstop and kind of ate him up. So Reed on first base, and that'll bring up Wagner. Wagner 1 for 1 on the afternoon. So Wagner singled in his first plate appearance. He's going to hit this one off the handle and sky it back towards the first base dugout and out of play. So no balls and 1 strike here to Wagner. Line scored 2 in the top of the first inning. The Eagles answered with 5 in the bottom of the second. So your Lions trail by 3 runs here. This is game 1. Here's the pitch to Wagner, and that's going to miss low. So the count 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. And these stands here at San Angelo Central High School starting to fill up. About half of the fans are Albany fans, and the other are the faithful Eagle fans. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hammered into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. That'll move Reed up to second base. And so Wagner 2 for 2 on the afternoon with a couple of singles. That'll bring up Callan Fairchild. So Callan Fairchild was the starting first baseman. Now he's moved on to center field. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. As Callan struck out on a borderline low pitch. He'll foul this one back towards the screen. There's an encouraging sign in a 5-2 game that you're not winning is the Albany batters have put the ball in play. That second inning was aided by some nifty plays by the left fielder. Got him out of a quick inning, and this inning, back-to-back singles for Reed and Wagner. Has runners at first and second, no outs here. Callan's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Adame's pitch, it's going to be skied towards the third base dugout, and it'll reach the stands here. The catcher Hernandez, he took a run at it here, and he's going to see if this wind was going to blow it back into the field to play or into foul territory for him to make a play. But right over this big high net that goes from the first base dugout to the third base dugout to protect the fans. Here's Adame's 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Slow breaking ball on a 0-2 pitch that Callan kind of let it hit him. I mean, that's a smart play by Callan Fairchild. Didn't really take too much effort to get it away from the baseball. And pitch that was coming in extremely slow, and a pitch that Adame probably wishes he had back. So now the bases are loaded and no outs, and the line's got something cooking here. Chip Chambers into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Chip's going to chop this one towards the second baseman. He'll glove it. He'll throw on to first base. That'll get Reed across the plate for another run. So in a bases loaded situation, Chambers able to chop it for an RBI. This will bring up Oliver. Oliver walked in his first plate appearance. Wagner stands at third. Callan Fairchild at second. Eagles lead by a score of 5-3. Adame comes set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit towards the right fielder here. It's going to be telling towards the foul territory. He'll glove it. Wagner will tag, and he'll score here. Callan Fairchild will move up to third base. So Oliver's going to get an RBI sac fly. The lines are chipping away here, trying to get back into this game. It's 5-4 now. That's to bring up Woods Peterson, and Peterson struck out in his first plate appearance, but he hit some balls extremely hard foul. Here's the pitch. And that's going to miss inside and low. So after giving up 5 there in the bottom of the second inning, the Lions have answered with 2 so far. Good little comeback here. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss low. Count now 2 balls and no strikes here. I want to welcome our listeners and watch people that are watching on NFHS. Welcome to Albany baseball. Callan Fairchild with a lead over at third base here, and Adame's 2-0 pitch is going to miss outside. Nope, it's going to be a called strike. Kind of a delayed reaction by the home plate umpire here, but going to be a strike, and the count will be 2-1. Peterson, the left fielder for your Albany Lions. He's going to chop this one towards third. That'll get by the third baseman. That's going to be an RBI single for Woods Peterson, and we're tied up at 5. So a great answer by the Albany offense here. After giving up 5 in the second inning, Albany able to put on 3 here, and this will bring up Mason McCloy with 2 outs. And Woods Peterson over at first base. So we're in a 5-5 game here. Eldorado Eagle fans have really started to file in here in San Angelo. Baseball program that's only lost 2 games on the season, so high expectations. Winner of this will take on Hawley. Pitch to Mason. He's going to miss high for ball number 1. Adame tried to pick off Woods over at first base. Woods was into the bag safely. So 1 ball, no strikes here, 2 outs. Ball's going to be hit foul right behind home plate here, so the count will go 1-1. Got John Berkla here on the camera, so he's got the camera going for us. Thank him. And got Matthew Howard working over here on the computer, trying to work through some issues with the Wi-Fi. That's going to be a called strike. So kind of bear with us here as we're trying to get through all this. I want to thank Central High School for doing the best they can to walk us through the issues here. And so if you've lost connection and not because of you. Probably it's been because we've been dropping connection, but we want to thank Central High School for trying to work out these issues. Count now 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Woods Peterson at first. It's a 5-5 game. And breaking ball is going to catch the outside corner, and Mason will go down on a strikeout. But not before your Lions could score 3. We left one stranded. We're on to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 5-5.
Located on Highway 283 South, Easy Feed and Supply is your hometown headquarters for complete animal nutrition. We carry lawn and garden, hunting and fishing supplies, along with wildlife and pet feed. Let us load you up in our drive-through warehouse. Need something delivered? We can come to you with our blower buggy to fill your corn and protein feeders, along with delivery of sacked feed and round or square bales of hay. Not only does Easy Feed have all your farming and ranching supplies, it's now the proud home of Parsons Beef, where you can get your prime Wagyu and Angus beef straight from our Texas ranches. Easy Feed and Supply, proudly serving Albany since 2011. Whether it's sculptures, metal fences, metal art, or entry gates, Joe Barrington has you covered. His images are drawn from a lifetime of living in rural Texas. With projects located in areas such as the Rawls College of Business Administration at Texas Tech, the Rio Grande Zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico, along with his works being included in private collections, including the National Museum of Wildlife Art in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and the Old Jail Art Center in Albany, Texas. Contact Joe today.
Welcome back here. We're in a 5-5 game. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is game 1 of a 3-game series between the Eagles of Eldorado and the Lions of Albany. So a 5-5 game here. Chip Chambers in relief for Tyler Chapman. The lefty delivers first pitch strike that catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Chip wears the number 12. He'll work off that third base side of the pitching rubber, and he'll throw out of the windup here. Off speed breaking ball is going to be a swing and a miss. It's the count now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes here to the Eagle third baseman, Jason. Here's Chip's delivery, and that's going to miss low and outside. Good idea for Chip to kind of just nibble on that outside corner and see if he could get a swing and a miss, but count now 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Ball's going to be fouled back to the screen, and count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes here. I'm going to try to get to these shout outs to the state tennis qualifiers after this 1-2 pitch by Chip. Breaking ball is going to miss outside, so the count will go to 2-2. But we want to congratulate Luke Marshall. He's going to be a state qualifier in the boys singles. Sydney Russell advances as a girls single. Here's Chip's pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Near the end of the third base dugout, off the bricks that kind of surround the outside of the dugout. Got J.C. Chapman and Robin Trail advance in the girls doubles. Jake and Abby Hale in the mixed doubles. Cade and Kason Fairchild, they didn't advance, but they got third. Swing and a miss as Chambers throws the off-speed pitch. That'll be a strikeout. Good job there by Chambers, and Chambers has recorded his first 2 people. This will bring up Ethan, and Ethan walked in his first plate appearance. Chambers' pitch is going to be a called strike on the outside corner. That ball is going to be chopped foul. Nope, it's going to be fair. Tyler Chapman throws wide of the bag. Oh, no, he tagged him. So Zane did a nice job to apply the tag to Ethan over at first base, but a ball that didn't look like it. From our angle, it looked like the swipe was But Ethan never showed any body language that he had disagreed with the call. Yeah, this coach is going to call him over at third base and talk to him. I think he's going to be upset that he didn't run out of the batter's box. He thought the ball was going to be foul. I thought it was foul, but Tyler Chapman gloved it in fair territory and got 2 outs here. That ball's going to be hit towards Kaysen Fairchild, and Kaysen will try to backhand it. And that'll go off his glove and into left field. So Bybee is going to reach on an error. We're in a 5-5 game, and this will bring up Hernandez. The good thing is Chip Chambers came in relief, and he's kind of calmed the nerves of the Albany faithful here, and Chip's done a good job to get the lines back to a 5-5 game. He's going to miss inside. That'll get away from the catcher, Oliver. He'll throw down to second and going to be safe. Kaysen applied the tag to the runner, but not before he dove in head first. And I think the tag was applied towards the back of the legs of the Eagle runner. So he's at second base now in scoring position. As Chambers comes set out of the stretch, now he'll step back off the pitching rubber, and that's Hernandez, the batter, called timeout. Albany scored 2 in the first. The Eagles answered with 5 in the second. And the Lions able to put up a 3 spot in the third to tie the ball game. Got count now 2 balls and no strikes here to Hernandez as Chambers out of the stretch, and he's going to miss inside. Kind of what got Albany in trouble in that second inning was Tyler lost command of the strike zone. Here's Chip's delivery, and that's going to be hit foul. A 3-0 pitch, Hernandez was cutting at it. So that'll be a 3-1 count now. 3 balls and 1 strike here. 2 outs and runner at second base. Here's Chambers' delivery. That's going to miss high. Got the second walk of Hernandez, and it'll bring up the left fielder. Be a courtesy runner here for Hernandez. So Tony Kamick, the left fielder, will come up the bat here, and he struck out in his first plate appearance. I'm trying to look at my notes here. Runners at first and second. Chambers' delivery is going to miss high and outside. So when Chip was thrown from the windup, he was having great command of the strike zone, but since he's thrown out of the stretch here, he struggled a little bit. That ball's going to be hit right to the third baseman, Tyler Chapman. He'll glove it and run onto the bag at third base to record the final out of the inning. So we'll leave the Eagles will leave 2 stranded. We're still in a 5-5 game. We'll be right back.
Whether it's sculptures, metal fences, metal art, or entry gates, Joe Barrington has you covered. His images are drawn from a lifetime of living in rural Texas. With projects located in areas such as the Rawls College of Business Administration at Texas Tech, the Rio Grande Zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico, along with his works being included in private collections, including the National Museum of Wildlife Art in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and the Old Jail Art Center in Albany, Texas. Contact Joe today at 940-862-3023. Check him out on the internet at joebarrington.art, or swing by and check out some of his art collections found at the Magnolia Station in Albany, Texas.
Welcome back, Albany fans. We're in a 5-5 game here in game one, so it's going to be the top of the fourth inning here. It's going to bring up Kason Fairchild, and I want to congratulate those state track qualifiers and congratulate Adam Hill as he placed first place in 300 hurdles and also got a second place silver medal in the shot put. Luke Marshall able to claim fourth place in the pole vault. So we want to congratulate those two. Kiana, she brought home the gold. So congratulations to Kiana, the lone girl qualifier to the state tournament. And the relay team of Tinkle, Chambers, Street, and Hill placed 7th. So we want to congratulate those track athletes. All right, we're in a 5-5 game here, and Adame will stay on as the starting pitcher, or the pitcher of record for the Eagles. And Kaysen will hammer this down the left field line and foul. Fairchild 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He did reach on an error the first time and lined out to the left field in his last plate appearance. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That off-speed pitch is going to miss inside, so the count now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. Temperatures at first pitch was around 79 degrees. Winds are blowing 16 to 23 miles an hour here in San Angelo. So clouds in the sky kind of blocked the sun most of the afternoon. Here's Adame's pitch. And that's going to be lined towards the left fielder. And he'll come on and glove it. So that's another loud out as Kaysen lines out to the left fielder for the second time. This will bring up Tyler Chapman. Chapman 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He has a ground out and a fly out. Tyler was a starting pitcher. Now he's playing third base. Here's the pitch. And that breaking ball is going to miss outside. So 1 ball and no strikes here. The right fielder for the Eagles plays extremely shallow in right field, but the left fielder has made some nifty plays. He's playing pretty much straight away. Here's the pitch. That breaking ball is going to catch the inside corner. Chapman kind of checked the swing. Count now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Tyler Chapman. And 1 out here in the top, or the top of the 4th inning. Roddy delivers. Curveball is going to be skied towards the left fielder. This ball is up in the air, and left fielder will catch that. That'll be another out, as that was a kind of a lazy fly ball off the bat of Chapman. So there's 2 outs now. This will bring up Cole Reed, and Cole Reed has had the hot bat of this afternoon. He's 2 for 2. Got an RBI single and a single in his second at bat. Here's the pitch. He'll hit this one foul. It'll get back behind the crowd here, and count will be no balls and 1 strike here to Reed. Dame has 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. And let me take that back. That may be 3 strikeouts. Slow breaking ball is going to miss outside. So the count 1 ball, 1 strike here to Reed. He got Mason on a strikeout, Woods on a strikeout, and Callan Fairchild. So that's the 3 strikeouts for Adame. Reed's going to poke this one foul. It'll carry down the right field line here and rest towards the batting cages that are out in right field. Nice facility here at Central High School. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Reed. Here's the pitch. Slow breaking ball is going to be a called strike. ball that looked like it was going to hit Reed just fanned across the heart of the plate, and Reed will go down on a strikeout. So that'll end the inning. It'll stay at 5-5. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. It's going to be a 5-5 game here. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Albany able to score 2 in the first, 3 in the third. Eagles had that 5 spot in the second. Chip Chambers back on the mound here. Here's a pitch to Adame, the leadoff hitter. It'll be chopped towards the second baseman. Reed will glove it. He'll throw on to first base, and that'll be an out of Adame, and that's a good out for the Lions defense there to keep the speedy Johnny Adame off the base pass. So it's a ground out and out number 1. So Adame now 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He had an RBI single this last time, but recorded on a ground out this time. So Sanchez into the batter's box here. First pitch is going to miss for ball number 1. Sanchez 0 for 1. He walked in his last plate appearance. Chip out of the windup. That's going to be a called strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike here to Sanchez. Chambers out of the windup. And that's going to be hit foul. See that Chip is having a little bit more success throwing out of the windup. You can just see the confidence as he comes out of that windup, and he's going to keep people off base here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Sanchez. Chambers pitch, slow breaking ball, swing and a miss is Sanchez, and that'll be a strikeout for Chip. This will bring up Mike Adame. So Mike Adame is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He struck out his first plate appearance and then hit an RBI single there in the 2nd inning. Chambers' pitch is going to miss low for ball number 1. Already got 2 outs here. Their outfielder consists of Peterson, Callan Fairchild, and Mason McCloy. Here's Chip's delivery. That's going to be a called strike as it catches the outside corner. So 1 ball and 1 strike here. Infield from left to right, you got third baseman Tyler Chapman, Kason Fairchild, Cole Reed, and the first baseman Wagner. That's going to be hit foul. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Your catcher, Brody Oliver. Tomorrow's first pitch at Abilene Cooper, scheduled for 1 o'clock. Albany will be the home team in that situation. Here's Chip's 1-2 delivery, and it's going to be hit foul. Nearly into the dugout, the first base dugout over there. You've seen some of the Albany baseball players kind of scattering for cover. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Here's Chambers' pitch. That's going to miss low. Brody will have to retrieve the baseball, but Oliver doing a good job behind the plate. Here's Chambers' 2-2 pitch. The lefty delivers. That's going to be a swing and a miss. No, it's going to be a foul tip into the glove of Oliver. That'll be another strikeout for Chip Chambers. That'll end the inning. So we're going to go on to the top of the 5th inning. The score remains 5-5.
Where a handshake is our word, cattle are money, and timing is everything. Western Livestock is a family-owned and operated livestock auction and order buying company with more than 30 years of experience. You trust us with your livelihood each week. The buying power in our seats ensures top dollar for your livestock to allow you to keep doing what you love. With sale barns in Oklahoma City, Comanche, and Woodward, Oklahoma, and Knoxville, Iowa, we're large enough to serve you, but small enough to know you. To learn more, call Ben Ham at 940-631-2333 or visit westerncommissioncompany.com.
We're the bank you've always known and trusted, a part of your community for generations. And now, First National Bank of Albany Breckenridge is Clear Fork Bank. We're still privately owned and independent. You'll find the same dedicated team, the same friendly faces, and the same strong relationships with our customers. Our offerings have expanded to better serve you, but our commitment to local banking is steadfast. Clear Fork Bank, serving Texans since 1883.
Welcome back here. We're in a 5-5 game. Going to the top of the 5th inning. It'll bring up Wagner, Fairchild, and Chip Chambers. That'll be the 3 up the bat here in the top of the 5th inning. Albany, the visiting team this afternoon. This time we're going to congratulate the golf team as they played golf at the state tournament last week and able to come away with the 3rd place finish, bronze medal for the 2nd consecutive year, missing out in the silver medal by a stroke. We want to congratulate Coach Tate Thompson and those golfers as Luke Wheeler, Houston Heatley, Huffman Heatley, and Luke Marshall. First pitch to Wagner is going to miss up in the zone for ball number 1. So 1 ball and no strikes here to Zane. Zane 2 for 2 on the afternoon, a couple singles. Appears to be really picking up the ball well against Adame. Adame stayed behind the pitching rubber there and got a big long pause, and here's the delivery. That'll be hit foul. It's a count, 1 ball and 1 strike here. To Wagner. School year is coming to an end pretty soon here. Just a few weeks left in the school. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to miss low. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Wagner. Zane being extremely patient. Started at 3rd base, and now he's moved over to 1st base. 2-1 delivery. Now it's going to be hammered down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Wagner's going to dig for 2nd here. His left fielder will dig it out of the corner, and Wagner 3 for 3 on the afternoon now with a couple of singles and now a double. This will bring up Callan Fairchild. Callan 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He had a strikeout and a hit by pitch. That'll end the game for Adame, so they're going to go to the pitching mound here and make a pitching change. So we're going to take a quick break. We're still in a 5-5 game. We'll be right back.
Located on Highway 283 South, Easy Feed and Supply is your hometown headquarters for complete animal nutrition. We carry lawn and garden, hunting and fishing supplies, along with wildlife and pet feed. Let us load you up in our drive-through warehouse. Need something delivered? We can come to you with our blower buggy to fill your corn and protein feeders, along with delivery of sacked feed and round or square bales of hay. Not only does Easy Feed have all your farming and ranching supplies, it's now the proud home of Parsons Beef, where you can get your prime Wagyu and Angus beef straight from our Texas ranches. Easy Feed and Supply, proudly serving Albany since 2011. Whether it's sculptures, metal fences, metal art, or entry gates, Joe Barrington has you covered. His images are drawn from a lifetime of living in rural Texas. With projects located in areas such as the Rawls College of Business Administration at Texas Tech, the Rio Grande Zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico, along with his works being included in private collections, including the National Museum of Wildlife Art in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and the Old Jail Art Center in Albany, Texas. Contact Joe today at 940-862-3023. Check him out on the internet at joebarrington.art, or swing by and check out some of his art collections found at the Magnolia Station in Albany, Texas.
Welcome back. Here are going to be the final warm-up pitches after a pitching change for the Eagles. So Adame will move over to third base. This will bring up Fairchild. So Adame will move over to third, and the third baseman will come into pitch here. Familiar arm, as last year he came in relief and really gave Albany trouble. Here's the pitch to Callan. He's going to chop this one towards the third baseman. He'll bobble it, and everybody will be safe. Take that back. Adame went to shortstop, and the shortstop, which has had a rough afternoon, he moved over to third, and Sanchez's afternoon of struggles has continued. His first ball hit to him at third base, unable to come up with it. And Callan Fairchild now at first base. Got Zane Wagner at third in a 5-5 game, and this will bring up Chip Chambers. So Chambers 0 for 1 with an RBI. That ball's going to get by the catcher, Hernandez, and Wagner will be safe. So the Lions will take the lead 6-5. First time the Lions able to take the lead since the first inning. So Albany leads now 6-5 on the wild pitch. Give Zane some credit there as Wagner got down the line and read that ball quickly and darted towards home plate. Here's the pitch to Chambers. Swinging a miss. Chambers taking a big cut at that breaking ball. This is lefty on lefty. Chambers bats from the left side. Jason throws from the left side here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another slow breaking ball that the count now. No balls. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Here's the pitch. We hit towards the center fielder. This is going to get down for a base hit. Callan Fairchild around third. He's going to try to score here. And he will. Chambers going to try to get to second, and Chambers will get into the bag at second. So Chambers advances to second base after the throw home to try to get Fairchild, and really didn't have a play to get Fairchild. And Hernandez, when he was trying to throw the ball to second, he kind of lost control of it. And Chambers comes away with an RBI single. The Lions lead now 7-5. That's the second RBI for Chambers. Good job on Chip's part to hit a ball for a base hit when he was down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chambers with a small lead at second base. Here's the pitch to Oliver, and that's going to miss low. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike here to Brody Oliver. Oliver walked, had an RBI sac fly. Actually, Oliver has 2 RBIs because he did walk with the bases loaded his first plate appearance. So Oliver, 2 RBIs on the afternoon. So wind's starting to pick up here in San Angelo. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's going to miss low, and he gets by Hernandez. And now Hernandez is having trouble keeping the ball in front of him. Runners now at first and third as Chambers will move up to third base, and I have a base runner here for Oliver. So a courtesy runner, that's going to be, that's Jackson. So runners at first and third here. This will bring up Woods Peterson. There's still no outs. Lions lead 7-5. Now it's 8-5, and there's going to be a meeting at the mound here as Eagles coach will walk out to visit and try to calm the nerves of his Eagles defense here. But Jackson stands at second base now after he's running for Oliver. Lions lead 8-5 here at game 1 of a 3-game series. Tomorrow's action will take place at Albany Cooper, starting about 1 o'clock. I was talking to Coach Fairchild prior to the game, and he did mention the issues of potential rain tomorrow. So hopefully get this series in and get it played before the severe weather hits the big country tomorrow afternoon. As we were driving up from Albany and here in San Angelo, they had a little shower that just went south of San Angelo prior to the start of this game. Peterson's going to line this one, and it's going to be caught. Adame is going to make a catch just beyond the infield dirt into the outfield grass, and ball that was struck pretty well by Peterson is going to be the first out of the inning. This will bring up Mason McCloy with 1 out. Jackson standing at second base. Lions scored 2 in the first, 3 in the third, and now have added 3 here in the 5th inning. Mason squared the bunt there and offered at that pitch. The count now, no balls and 1 strike here. Kaysen Fairchild waits on deck. About to see Kaysen come up with a couple of guys on bag. Here Jackson's going to take off to third base. The bunt is down. He goes off the hand of Hernandez, and Mason's going to be safe. That bunt was just in front of home plate and had some weird spin on it. And when Hernandez tried to barehand it, it rolled off the top of his hand, and Mason runs well, so Mason able to get to first base. So runners now at the corners. It's Mason McCloy at first. You got Jackson over at third, and bring up Kaysen Fairchild. And Kaysen 0 for 3 on the afternoon, but I tell you what, he's had some bad luck. Just hadn't found an open spot in the defense, and that ball's going to hit him. Going to hit Kaysen in the hip. That'll load him up for Tyler Chapman, and this game has taken a big turn in the favor of your Albany Lions. Albany leading 8-5. So an opportunity to break this game wide open. Tyler Chapman comes up with the bases loaded here. Here's the delivery, and that's going to miss outside. So 1 ball and no strikes here. Winner of this series will take on the Holly Bearcats. Here's the pitch. Chapman's going to hit this one towards the right fielder. He'll go over. This will be an out. Jackson will tag up, and he'll come across home plate. So the sac fly will add another run. That's the 4th run of the inning. The Lions now lead 9-5. Mason able to move up to third base. Kaysen stayed at first base. This will bring up Cole Reed. So runners at the corners, 2 outs here, and Reed up the bat. Reed 2 for 3 on the afternoon. He did strike out in his last plate appearance on a slow breaking ball. Kaysen takes off for second base, and Reed will allow Fairchild to get into scoring position here. So runners now at second and third. No balls and 1 strike here to Reed. Here's the pitch. Reed's going to chop this one towards Adame. He'll glove it. He'll throw on to first base. He'll record the out of Reed at first base. The Lions will leave 2 stranded, but not before they could score 4. These Albany faithful on their feet. It's Albany 9, Eldorado 5. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. Lions lead 9-5. The Albany Lions scored 4 there in the top of the 5th, and Chip Chambers back onto the mound. He's in relief of the starting pitcher Tyler Chapman, and Chip has done a tremendous job. Here's the pitch by Chambers, and that's going to be a strike. Chambers came in that bottom of the 2nd inning and recorded the final out. He's put 2 zeros on that scoreboard in his 2 innings of relief, and that's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2 here to Barajas. So no balls and 2 strikes here. Chambers out of the windup. That's going to be hit towards Kaysen Fairchild. He'll glove it knee high onto first base. That'll record Barajas on a ground out. So good job there by Chambers, and some good leather work by the shortstop, Kaysen Fairchild. Other than the 5 spot in that 2nd inning, the Eagles have struggled to even get runners on base. And that bottom of the 2nd was aided by the free bases that Albany rewarded by either hitting them or walking them. That bunt's going to be hit foul as third baseman Tyler Chapman comes in charging from his third base bag. Count will go to 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. I thank Matthew Howard here as he's on the computer running us in and out of breaks. Got John Berkla here on the camera. Here's Chip's pitch, and that's going to miss outside. Play-by-play action here. Here's the pitch by Chambers. That's a swing and a miss. Count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here. 1 out. Lions lead 9-5. Game 1 of a 3-game series, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. just tuned in, I want to congratulate the track, tennis, and golf athletes that's all had an opportunity to play at the state tournaments. It's going to be a strikeout for Chambers, so now there's 2 outs, and Chip will step off the back of the pitching rubber and regather himself, and Brody will go through the signs here, and here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Chambers hasn't logged a lot of innings this year. Really hasn't been called upon much, but you can see he's continued to stay sharp. Been quite the weapon this afternoon to keep Coach Fairchild to go into his game 2 starter, Cole Reed. Saving grace behind it is Tyler Chapman. He only pitched 1 2/3, so he still has a lot of pitches left in this series. Even though he struggled this afternoon, you just never know what those remaining pitches will bring. That ball's going to be hit foul, so the count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes here. Ethan up the bat for the Eagles. So no balls and 2 strikes here, 2 outs. Chambers works quickly. Here's the pitch. Nah, it's going to miss low. Looked like it was going to catch the outside corner, but stayed low in the zone. And the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Slow breaking ball is going to catch the outside corner, and that's going to be a strikeout for Chambers. And that'll be out number 3. So we're on to the top of the 6th inning. Your Lions lead 9-5. Welcome back here. We're in a 9-5 Albany lead here in the top of the 6th inning. So bring up the very dangerous, hot-hitting Zane Wagner. 3 for 3 on the afternoon. A couple of singles and a double. See that Zane is playing with a lot of confidence this afternoon. Here's the pitch. He was trying to hit that one 325. 3 for 3 on the afternoon, and Wagner was going to try to hit one over the left field wall. Just fouled it off, and ball hit the leg of the catcher, and the home plate umpire jogged out towards the pitcher to kind of allow Hernandez to gather himself. So here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to miss inside. Wagner. His count will go to 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. Had Coach Faith over in the first base coaching box, Coach Fairchild in the third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now it's going to be hammered in the left field for another base hit. Down in front of the left fielder. And that's the 3rd single of the afternoon. Wagner now 4 for 4 on the afternoon. This will bring up Fairchild. Callan. Callan's struck out, was hit by a pitch, and reached on the fielding error. He's really able to get on base twice, even though Callan really hasn't barreled up a pitch yet. Tried to pick-off move over to Wagner, but he was back into the bag safely, and that pitch is going to miss up in the zone. Callan has 1 ball and no strikes here. Adame was the starting pitcher for the Eagles. He really threw a lot of strikes, and Albany batters were able to put the ball in play, but when the Eagles made the plays behind him, he got in and out of innings pretty easily. But there was some fielding mistakes, and in those innings, Albany has capitalized and really put some crooked numbers on that scoreboard to take the 9-5 lead. So they've put the lights on here at Central High School baseball field. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit sharply to the third baseman. He'll glove it onto second base, and that'll record an out of Wagner. Wagner didn't slide. Fairchild is safe at first base, and I don't know, I'm thinking if the second baseman would have tried to throw the ball, they may have called a double play. But he held on to it, and you could see a long, big pause by that home plate umpire as he was waiting for the umpire out in the field to make a decision on what the situation was. The first out of the inning or second? 1 out? So 1 out. That's going to be Chip Chambers is going to line one out in the left field. Callan Fairchild around second. The ball will go off the glove of the left fielder. Callan will try to score here. Chambers into second. That's another RBI by Chip Chambers. And he is having quite the game. Chambers able to line that one into left field. And Callan was running on the pitch. He was at first base. He took off on the pitch, and it was kind of a hit and run situation. And once it got off the glove of the left fielder and kind of rolled away from him a few feet, Callan was digging for third and coming around to score. Score now 10-5. That'll be hit off the end of the bat right to Adame. Adame on to Adame at first base. And little brother will fire to big brother and record an out. That's be out number 2. And Chip will have to stay at the bag. So Chambers has at least 3 RBIs on the day. Notepad is running out of room here. This will bring up Woods Peterson. Peterson, he has an RBI single in his last plate appearance. 2 outs here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Big long pause by the lefty. Woods Peterson's going to hit this one into left field for a base hit. Chambers around second. He's digging for home, and he will score. Woods Peterson's on to second base. That's an RBI single by Peterson. He'll advance to second on the throw home. Now, this baseball thing's easy when stuff like this is happening. Albany bats have really come alive, and really the first time that I've called a game this year that the bats have really been going from top to bottom. You can kind of see that when that happens, score 11 runs, and with Albany's pitching staff, they're going to win a lot of games. So Peterson stands at second base here. 2 outs, and the score is 11-5. Here's Mason up the bat. Mason's going to chop this one towards Adame. He'll glove it on to first base, and that'll record will record Mason McCloy out at first base. We'll leave one stranded, but not before we can score 2. It's your Lions 11, the Eagles 5. We'll be right back. Welcome back here. Because congratulating the golf team earlier, I forgot Aiden Ballou, and I tell you what, Aiden Ballou, he was big in the game or day one of the golf tournament. He shot in the 70s, so I want to apologize for leaving Aiden off of that. I was going through my notes quickly, and this broadcast has had its hurdles so far, so we're trying our best, but we're going to congratulate Aiden Ballou and the rest of the golf team. It's pretty special to get 2 third-place finishes in back-to-back years at the state tournament. That ball's going to be chopped towards Tyler Chapman. He'll bobble it, and the Eagle runner will reach base safely. That's Bybee. He'll reach on an error. We want to also thank all of our sponsors for bringing this broadcast to you. It's been a fun season. This started off in August and with another state championship in football, back-to-back state championships in football, and it's carried through on through the basketball and track and golf and softball seasons. The all sports banquet or athletic banquet will take place on Monday night. I believe if you don't have your tickets for that, you can just come up there and look through the glass. I think they quit selling them. So 2 balls and no strikes here. Runner at first base, and Chambers' pitch is going to be a called strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Turning point of the game was in that bottom of the 5th inning when the Eagles scored 5 and Coach Fairchild went to his bullpen, and Chip Chambers has answered the bell. Swing and a miss. Count now 2-2. The confidence that Chambers has shown on the mound is really he went into his batting. Has had a huge night at the plate. Here's Chambers' pitch, and that's going to be hit softly towards the third baseman. Tyler Chapman will glove it and throw on to second base to get a force out at second. Runner will be safe at first. But in an 11-5 game, Albany just trying to record outs here, and that'll be a first out of the inning here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll have a pinch hitter here. Is there 2 outs now? Was that should be 1, I believe. Here's Chambers' pitch, and that's going to miss up in the zone. Yeah, I think the first batter reached on a fielding error. Junior Chambers' pitch is going to miss low. So Chambers falls behind in the count 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes here. Chambers set. Here's the pitch, and that's going to miss low. So 3 balls and no strikes here to the pinch hitter. And Adame, the leadoff hitter, waiting on deck here. That's going to miss low. So Chambers issues a free pass to the pinch hitter, and now the runners are at first and second with, we think, 1 out. Scoreboard says 2. I have been wrong before, but I don't know if Matthew's ever been wrong. You've been wrong too? Okay. I hope there's 2 outs. I hope he's wrong. No, I think the coach or the umpire behind the plate is telling Coach Fairchild that there's only 1 out. Yep. So they're umpires are relaying the message that there's only 1 out. Scoreboard still says 2. Chambers pitched to Adame. He's going to catch the outside corner, so the count now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Double play to end the inning would be nice. Chambers delivery. That's going to be tapped right back to Chambers. He'll glove it. He'll underhand on the first base, and that'll get Adame. Runners will move up to second and third with 2 outs, but nice play there by Chambers. A play that looks easy, but for a lefty, not an easy play to come charging in like that. Showed Chambers' athleticism there to field that ball and underhanded on to Wagner to record an out. So apparently we were right. I never doubted myself. Here's Chambers' pitch. That's going to be a called strike. Tomorrow, tune in at 1 o'clock, Abilene Cooper. I have Coach Peacock doing play-by-play. I think I'm going to take over the color part of that. So no balls and 1 strike here to Sanchez. Here's Chambers' delivery, and that's going to be inside. Nope, it's going to be a strike. That's a strikeout. Sanchez nearly hit by the pitch, a pitch that was way inside. And I think he was trying to get out of the way, but his bat went through the zone. That's going to be a strikeout, so the Eagles will leave 2 stranded, and Chambers' scoreless streak continues. We're on to the top of the 7th inning. Your Albany Lions lead 11-5.
Where a handshake is our word, cattle are money, and timing is everything. Western Livestock is a family-owned and operated livestock auction and order buying company with more than 30 years of experience. You trust us with your livelihood each week. The buying power in our seats ensures top dollar for your livestock to allow you to keep doing what you love. With sale barns in Oklahoma City, Comanche, and Woodward, Oklahoma, and Knoxville, Iowa, we're large enough to serve you, but small enough to know you. To learn more, call Ben Ham at 940-631-2333 or visit westerncommissioncompany.com.
We're the bank you've always known and trusted, a part of your community for generations. And now, First National Bank of Albany Breckenridge is Clear Fork Bank. We're still privately owned and independent. You'll find the same dedicated team, the same friendly faces, and the same strong relationships with our customers. Our offerings have expanded to better serve you, but our commitment to local banking is steadfast. Clear Fork Bank, serving Texans since 1883.
All right, welcome back, Albany fans. It's going to be a pitching change as Mike Adame is going to go into pitch here. So the first baseman will move over in relief of the second pitcher for the Eagles. So 2 Adames have pitched here in game 1. Lions lead 11-5. We're in the top of the 7th inning, and it'll bring up Cason Fairchild. Boy, I'm rooting for Kaysen. 0 for 3 on the afternoon. I hit the ball extremely hard. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. But I haven't seen an 0 for 3 effort like this in a long time, as Kaysen Fairchild has actually squared up the ball all 3 times. So Fairchild into the batter's box here. Here's Adame, and Kaysen's going to take a big hack at it, and he'll foul it back towards the screen. Winner of this series will take on Holly. Of course, if we were able to clinch this series, take the series, we'll play Holly somewhere there in the Albany area. It'll be a big turnout because two opponents that have already squared off a couple of times this year. Holly defeating Albany once and Albany taking the other game. It's going to be a base hit. Kaysen's going to line one into center field, and the senior shortstop will reach base safely here, and well, he can take a deep breath and go, I'm thankful that ball found a hole. So that'll bring up Chapman, Tyler Chapman. He was the starting pitcher this afternoon, but Chip Chambers came in relief here, and Tyler's going to foul that one back towards the screen. Count no balls and 1 strike here to Chapman. Albany scored 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 4 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth. That's 11 runs so far. The only inning that Kaysen's going to get on to second base here. Ball's going to get away from the first base. He may get to third. He's digging for third. Kaysen Fairchild around third and showing that speed off. They tried to pick off Kaysen, and that, I think a good throw may have had a chance at him over at first base, but when it got away from the first baseman, and you could see Kaysen, when he was running to second, he was not holding back. He was digging for third the whole way. So he stands at third base now. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Chapman, and Hernandez will keep it in front of him and keep Kaysen at third base. And wait, Kaysen's laboring over there, bent over. I'm not sure he was going to run anyway. Trying to catch his breath. So Makadame comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now it's going to be skied foul back behind us, and the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. The Eagles only able to score 5 there in the second inning. Chip Chambers entered the game, put a 0 up in the third inning, a 0 in the fourth inning, a 0 in the fifth inning, a 0 in the sixth inning. Here's a Dame's pitch, and that's going to be grounded towards the second baseman. That'll be off his glove. Tyler Chapman will be safe. Kaysen Fairchild will come across home plate. Score now 12-5. Ball that was hit directly right at the second baseman. So Chapman's going to reach on an error. Ball that was hit sharply, though. Went off the glove as the second baseman tried to backhand a ball that was hit right at him. This will bring up Cole Reed. Reed's going to flare this one towards right field. It'll get down in front of the right fielder. Tyler Chapman was kind of hung out between first and second. He didn't know if the ball was going to carry to the right fielder, but able to get back into the bag safely at second base. So Reed with another base hit. A little flare shot to right field, and Reed now 3 for 5 on the afternoon. This will bring up Wagner, which no one's had a hotter bat than Zane this afternoon. He's 4 for 4 on the afternoon, 3 singles and a double. Here's the pitch, and that's going to miss in. Ball number 1. So runners at first and second, no outs here. I like to see Wagner hit one right over that Sikkim sign that's in right center field in the gap. Here's the pitch. And he's going to put it right in that gap I was talking about, more towards the D-bat sign. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score here. Wagner digging for third. And he'll be a stand-up triple. So Wagner with a stand-up triple. He's had a double, a triple, and 3 singles. So a 5-for-5 afternoon for Wagner. So Callan Fairchild will come up the bat now. Albany leads 14-5. Here's Mike Adame's pitch, and that's going to miss up in the zone. The good thing about it, the more people get to third base, Coach Fairchild keeps adding that body armor over there, and he looks like a robot by the end of the inning. As the kids say, he looks drip over there. That's going to be a great catch by the center fielder. That'll be a RBI sacrifice for Callan Fairchild. Ball that was hit well, but tremendous play there by the center fielder to get into the gap and catch that fly ball. That'll bring up Chip Chambers, and as good a night as Zane Wagner's had at the plate at 5-for-5. Chip Chambers has had that type of game this afternoon on both sides of the ball. Called upon in relief in a game that Albany was trailing 5-2, and Chambers has done a tremendous job on the mound. He'll sky this one towards center field. Center fielder will run over into the gap, and he'll glove it for out number 2. So that's the second out of the inning as Chambers will be retired on a fly out. This will bring up Brody Oliver. So the Lions have scored 4 here in the top of the 7th inning. Got a 15-5 lead.
Yeah, Brody.
Albany has scored 13 unanswered runs. Here's Adame's pitch, and that's going to miss low. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. Woods Peterson on deck. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to be grounded towards Adame, the shortstop. He'll glove it onto first base, and that'll retire Oliver. But not before your Lions can score 4. It's Albany 15, Eagles 5. We'll be right back.
Where a handshake is our word, cattle are money, and timing is everything. Western Livestock is a family-owned and operated livestock auction and order buying company with more than 30 years of experience. You trust us with your livelihood each week. The buying power in our receipts ensures top dollar for your livestock to allow you to keep doing what you love. With sale barns in Oklahoma City, Comanche, and Woodward, Oklahoma, and Knoxville, Iowa, we're large enough to serve you, but small enough to know you. To learn more, call Ben Hale at 940-631-2333 or visit westerncommissioncompany.com.
We're the bank you've always known and trusted, a part of your community for generations. And now, First National Bank of Albany Breckenridge is Clear Fork Bank. We're still privately owned and independent. You'll find the same dedicated team, the same friendly faces, and the same strong relationships with our customers. Our offerings have expanded to better serve you, but our commitment to local banking is steadfast. Clear Fork Bank, serving Texans since 1883.
We're in a 15-5 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Your Lions lead 15-5. Chip Chambers back onto the mound, hopefully to close this game out. Just need 3 more outs, and Albany will take game 1 of this 3-game series. And we want to welcome all Albany fans. You can kind of see that a 5 o'clock first pitch on a Friday afternoon in San Angelo, Texas may have been hard to get to, but hopefully tomorrow afternoon, a 1 o'clock first pitch in Abilene at Abilene Cooper. A little easier for you to make that trip. But I'll tell you what, big crowd here on a Friday afternoon. So we want to hope all the Albany faithful can make their way out to Abilene Cooper tomorrow and root on Albany and hopefully close out this series. We're going to tip our hat to Chip Chambers. I'm just telling you, this kid hasn't logged many innings this year, and to be thrown in here in the playoff game with the opportunity to kind of salvage this game, he has done that. Just need 3 more outs with a 10-run lead. Albany's got a good hold on this game. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be chopped foul. Beyond the reach of the third baseman, Tyler Chapman. This is Makadame, started the game at first base, and now came in relief to pitch. Here's Chip's pitch. That looked like it caught a lot of the plate, but must have been low. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike here. Chambers' pitch is going to miss outside. I want to thank Matthew Howard for getting us set up here this afternoon and working through the setup of this broadcast. As we got a big table in front of us. We're right behind home plate and out of the wind. I tell you what, it's kind of chilly here. I should have brought me a little light jacket. The count now 2-2. Got John Berkeley here beside us on the camera. And doing a good job making sure that Albany fans see this. This ball's going to be hit towards the gap. It's going to tail towards Mason, and Mason's going to catch it. A ball that looked like was going to find the gap just kept cutting towards right field, and the way the wind's blowing, right towards Mason McCloy, and Mason able to catch the fly ball and record an out there. So nice job there by Mason. Tomorrow we will be at Abilene Cooper, so if you can't make the trip to Abilene, we'll be there to bring you coverage of that baseball game. And that pitch to Barajas is going to be a strike. Chambers out of the windup. That ball's going to be grounded towards Kaysen. He'll glove it onto first base, and that'll be out number 2. Good job there by the senior shortstop to charge the ball, glove it, and throw onto first base. Wagner over there at first to record the out. All right, so the Eagles down to their final out. Lions lead 15-5. Here's Chip's pitch, and that's going to be hit off the fist right at Tyler Chapman as he'll catch it. Little soft liner about cap high. And Albany will take game 1 by a score of 15-5. We want to congratulate Coach Fairchild and the baseball team on a victory this afternoon here in San Angelo. Tomorrow we'll be at Abilene Cooper. For Matthew Howard, John Berkeley, my name's Tony Wheeler. Until next time, go Lions.